Yo, what's up, guys? It's Kingslick here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about a 10.0 leak that came up on MMOChamp. Now, I'm just going to be straight up with you. I haven't been playing WoW very much, as 9.2 really doesn't look that much better than what they've been coming out with lately anyways. So I'm not really interested in it, but nonetheless, I'm still hopeful for the future of WoW. But when I was reading this, I was scrolling through Reddit, I saw this, and I kind of wanted to talk about it. So I'm just going to go through it and give my thoughts as we read through it. Alright, so this was posted on MMOChamp by It's Yourself, who got banned immediately after. Obviously, I don't know if this is true, so take it with a grain of salt. Alright? So, posting on a throwaway for obvious reasons. I mean, people say that because it makes dumb people believe that it's like a real person. But, I mean, it could actually be a real person, I guess. But I doubt it. It doesn't look genuine to me, but it could be. Okay, here it is, the actual leak. Taken from the private game dev Discord last night. New X-Pack is straight up called the Dragon Isles. Now, I could actually believe that. I think with this, I don't really think this really lends any credence because it's been kind of thought about. People were thinking that there was going to be Dragon Isles soon anyways. Like Bellular talks about it and stuff. So, I mean, it's not a surprise. I actually think that it could possibly be called the Dragon Isles. All marketing being put together has the tagline, Azeroth has awoken. There's a new zone, the Dragon Isles. New race, Black Dragons. New system, world shaping. Okay, so I do think that next X-Pack there will be, as I said, there will be Dragon Isles. Black Dragons, I don't believe that. That's been something that people have been speculating about since Wrath of the Lich King. I don't see that. I don't think that's believable. But we'll keep reading. World shaping. Now, to me, this sounds like it could open up possibilities to player housing, but I don't think it says anything about that later on anyways, so I mean, that's kind of disappointing. So, end of Shadowlands. In the fight with the jailer, Azeroth is ruptured. We beat the jailer and save the planet, but there's consequences. Some stay a while and listen. Events after the fight describe the state of Azeroth. Magni reverts back from diamond form. And what happens? He got stabbed through the chest, right? But, I mean, hey, I don't know how he would survive that. I guess he healed during his diamond form. I don't know about that. We beat the jailer and saved the planet. I'm not even sure if we actually killed the jailer. I don't know that we actually beat him. But, I mean, they said we will, so I don't know how. They really think that he's like the coolest villain. He's actually pretty dog shit. They haven't put any work into him. And it's just really boring. Except he's like Superman. Like he knows everything that happens, but he doesn't know defeat, even though he's been defeated multiple times. But okay. 9.2.5 pre-expansion event being put together is huge. Lots of reused events like earthquakes, invasions, but also a massive time-walking event that's being designed as a mini-season of mastery across lots of Azeroth-centric dungeons and raids. Devs want players familiar with the history of Azeroth before 10.0, a big tour of old events and lore. So, how about, I don't understand so Azeroth should be the focus of every expansion, in my opinion, for World of Warcraft. That's like the whole reason why people played it in the first place, and I don't think people really want to go off of Azeroth. So they always section off how they want stuff to happen, but if they were smart about it, they would do it all of this content is still relevant within the scope of your gameplay. There's a lot of things stopping you from like going back and experiencing like the story of Wrath of the Lich King, right? You can't go do those quests again. I guess you could with a new character, but I mean leveling is a whole different thing. I don't even want to talk about that. But alright, let's keep going. Crazed Trox, Quill Wars, Mantid, and Elemental invasions across most of Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, Northrend, and Pandaria. New World boss Geradin, son of Galakrond. So, are they crazed because the old gods are dead? Because the only one here... So, all of these are linked to old gods, okay? Elementals were enslaved or beaten down by the old gods a long time ago in the... what was that called? The Black Empire. Mantids are pretty much created by Yasharaj. Quilboar have had their minds like messed up by... I can't remember which one. Cthulhu, I think. Trogs were messed around with by... what's his name? The other one with the Y. He got a bunch of mouth eyes. But yeah, all of these are connected to old gods, so it sounds like we're getting old gods again, most likely. I mean, that would make sense because back in the books, you know, old gods were like inside of Neltharion's lair, which is like Deathwing's lair, and that's why Deathwing went crazy and became a bad guy. It was the old gods, obviously, everyone knew that, but I would assume that there would still be a link in the Dragon Isles from the old gods, because if you read the books, or like, you will hear them like referencing how there's voices and stuff in that area. So it wouldn't surprise me if this is another old god expansion. New X-Pack 10.0 cinematic being put together is the biggest Blizz have ever produced. I don't know about that, but okay. Entire Cine team has been developing this for over a year. All Shadow... No way. There's no shot. I don't believe that. All Shadowlands pre-rendered cinematics were scrapped, and the whole team moved on to this. Don't believe it. It's a love letter to Azeroth. Mirrors the original WoW launch cinematic and ends with Azeroth being born. That is highly doubtful, okay? They didn't have any time to make Shadowlands, because Shadowlands is dog shit, okay? It's a shitty game, and I'm not gonna lie, like, there was, like, when it first started, it felt okay, except for the Covenants. Everybody knew the Covenants were a bad idea. Everybody knew the way they were taking Torghast was bad. We told them a million times. Like, I don't know if anybody else was on the beta. I fucking reported that stuff. I told them, look, this is not fun. You need to fix this up. Do it the way that it was before. We want to run this. But they didn't listen. And even the story was really bad, too. So, I mean, it's not great. It's a love letter to Azeroth. Boy, I hope so. I mean, that would be the way to bring people back. I don't even know if they can, to be honest. Now, they've lost so much trust. It's going to be hard. As a result of people always say, oh, they're going to be back. Nah, I don't think. I think this time is going to be much harder. And that's what I even said. I said, if they mess up Shadowlands, I'm not going to play. And I haven't played it for a long time, so, I mean, it is what it is. As a result of the Jailer's assault, Azeroth the Eternal is born from the World Soul. She's a dragon. Sort of. I mean, I could see that a little bit, but Galakrond is like... So, the four aspects were kind of empowered to, like, kill Galakrond. But I can't remember who was it. Was it Azeroth? It could have been Azeroth that actually imbued him with the power, but I'm not sure. Because I was under the impression it was the Titans and the Titan Keepers, like, helping them get them their abilities. I don't know. But it's possible that Azeroth did it. I don't know. They could just retcon some stuff. Uh, as a result of the Jailer's assault, Azeroth the Eternal is born directly from... Okay, we read that. All world souls are unique, and Azeroth's essence has indirectly shaped the planet for eons. We knew this. Dragons are tied directly to Azeroth, who is sort of the dragon progenitor. I don't know about that. Because dragons came from, pseudo-drakes or proto-drakes. And, yeah, Galakrond was a proto-drake. And they couldn't really talk or anything. I mean, it's possible that dragons are ultimately, so you have, dwarves, or earthen, which are, Titanborn or whatever, I can't remember. Titanborn, and I guess dragons could be, or proto-drakes could have been, Titanborn from Azeroth. I don't know how that would work, but, I mean, it's possible, I guess. Once players reach Dragon Isles, they work directly with Azeroth to reshape the world. Story here is the planet has taken a beating over the last couple of decades, and it is having dire consequences for everyone living here. I mean, it definitely has. It was stabbed by Sargeras. But, I mean, I don't know. Azeroth has, as a character, described sort of like Lilu from Fifth Element. I've seen Fifth Element, but I do not remember who Lilu is. A supreme being, but with the mind of a child. So it's like God from Dogma. Players need to help her unlock her powers to heal the planet. She's in a temple on Dragon Isles with Thrall and Wrathion. Lots of Earthward allure as the three of them try to do what Deathwing couldn't. I mean, Deathwing couldn't, but that's not his fault. Deathwing was his whole place was infiltrated by old gods. It wasn't even his fault that he did that shit. But whatever. Azeroth has her own talent tree. Why? Stop. Just don't even put it. I don't want to hear about systems like this. Stop it. Because that talent tree, you're going to have to max every fucking thing out to get flying, but they're not going to release flying at the beginning. You're going to get flying a patch or two away from the beginning. It's going to be dude, I'm so sick of that. Can't you just make the game where flying is a feature instead of something that you throw in the game half-heartedly with some dog shit system? I'm so sick of that, man. Ugh. If we have to go through another grind to get flying, it's almost finished. That'll lose most of my fucking attention, but we'll see. Hey, anyways, there's a talent tree. Looks very much old school talent trees from Classic. Players can help her by training her via this tree. Each talent is also usable by players through the World Bond ability. They really love to add talent trees that no one else likes. That's what I've noticed. So, I know some people that like that stuff, but, I mean, I just totally disagree with them. And I think majority of people do not like these stupid systems they add that are like the old talent trees. The old talent trees are your character specific, and extremely, each one of those choices is niche to the building of your character. Each one of those is a building block to your character. We don't need to be building block on anybody else, to be honest. Unless it has a direct effect on us, I don't really want to see it. Unless, if they added it to where, you got one of these every time you leveled and it directly affected you, that'd be kind of cool. But other than that, I don't know. It sounds like another shitty system. But hey, new abilities are like Covenant abilities, but no additional locked-in choices. Everyone gets the same abilities. Abilities have secondary effects depending on the zone you're in. One example is an ability like Abomination Limb that also works as a grappling hook. At the end of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and say what I want for the next expansion. Because a lot of this, if this is like real, it's really disappointing, and don't really want to hear it. If I don't believe it's real, to be honest, but if it is, it's very disappointing. Dragon Isle zones will change over time via world shaping. Some pretty cool, massive changes, like the whole zone turning from a desert into a forest. The zone is heavily elf focused, with night elves trying to discover a way to restore Teldrassil with Azeroth's help. You plant seeds and tend to a huge forest here, like a massive version of the MOP farm. Okay. I don't know how many people really care about that. I don't know what world shaping is, but I mean, it could be. Oh, here it goes. World shaping unlocks new abilities in each zone: water walking, flying, teleporting, spectral sights, treasure finding. Alright. Some older zones in Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor will be getting big updates during the expansion. That's cool. I like that. I hope so. Black Dragons. Works like Worgen. Customize your dragon form and humanoid appearance. Humanoid can be any race, including allied races. Extra customization options for humanoid form including horns, tails, jewelry, scales, as well as effects like burning eyes and molten blood, which is a cool new effect. Dragon form is mainly used for travel and 2 racial abilities. Story will explain why black dragons need to learn how to fight like mortals as one of the classes. Black dragons can be warrior, mage, rogue, druid, hunter, warlock, priest, shaman, and paladin. All the original WoW classes. Black dragon druid lore and shapeshift forms are super fun. Wrathion has been trying to restore the black dragon flight since Kata. Players are new dragons that Wrathion has been overseeing in the Dragon Isles. Wrathion has recruited / kidnapped class trainers from all over Azeroth to train his new flight. The Warlock trainer will cause some players to flip out. Since the battle with Deathwing, all dragon aspects have been losing their magic. New dragons, as players, need to learn how to fight alongside mortal races to save their race. Wrathion's big thing is reversing the loss of magic from dragons completely and protecting his flight. No big bad in 10.0, but there are infinite dragons, Netherwing, and some new Dragon Isle specific proto races. There's a little pretty fun Trog progenitor race that's actually super advanced and intelligent. Wait. Going back to smaller zone contained stories. Big focus on discovery, soft rebooting Azeroth, the planet, and setting up future conflicts. Okay. So, I'm just going to preface this whole thing saying that I do not believe this is real. But I want to say how sad it is that something like this would be believable, or even like something that, like, I don't think people are getting excited for this, but I remember the times when people would like say a bunch of cool shit, and like people really wanted that stuff for the next expansion, and some people would believe it, and like because we would expect like high quality stuff from Blizzard, right? That happened. I remember when they were like, there's a bunch of leaks for Cataclysm. I remember when there was a bunch of leaks for Mists of Pandaria. Leaks, I mean. So everybody was like, oh, what's going to happen next? But now, they have to dumb down the cool stuff they want to put in their fake leaks, just so that people will believe that it's like real. And it's really disappointing. Like they have gotten so bad that the leaks are like getting shittier. I mean, that said, it is possible that it's a leak because I have a feeling that they are going to announce the next expansion soonish, probably like in March or something. But I mean, let me just say what I want them to do next X-Pack. Okay, so first things first, I would like them to introduce the new zone, the Dragon Isles. I actually think that would be great because the Dragon Isles is not supposed to be far away from the rest of Azeroth, and like I think the closer we are and the less like constrained to one area we are that's far away from Azeroth, the better, because we want to be in Azeroth. That's where we started. I mean, even in like, let's say if we were in BC, you still go to Azeroth. Like there's still stuff you can do in Azeroth. Now people will say that there's not that much, but it's more. It's definitely more than like WoD onwards. Like, even Mist was not great because you would just stay in what is that place called? The Valley of the Four Winds or whatever that place is called, Golden Lotus place. But I mean, if we're back on Azeroth, I think that's just only a good thing. So I want us to go back to Azeroth, Dragon Isles, hopefully. I don't know if I really want a new race. I guess it would be cool, but I mean, I'd rather they work on like getting this perfectly right than do any of that stuff. I don't want any new systems. I want them to make it like it was in like MOP in like before that. Before Titan Forging and all that stuff. I want them to make it, if a piece of loot drops, that's your loot. If you get a talent point while you're leveling, you can put that talent or the the tiered system. That's fine with me too. I actually like it, but like we do not need these systems. Like I'm fine with reputations, not with gated stuff. That's like really important for raiders. I don't want that. I want PvE to be PvE. I want PvP to be PvP. If there might be some overlap there. I want there to be simple merchants where you can buy your gear as a good luck or bad luck protection. In that case, I think that should have always been in the game. I want that to be in the base game. When it comes out, it needs to be that way. I want for both PvE, PvP, possibly even separating like the different types of PvE and PvP. Obviously, they do that now, but there are some bits of the system that I don't like as much. I think it should just be straightforward. The randomization needs to be cut down. They need... there's a lot of the system stuff that just needs to be fixed. It's like a spaghetti. It's like a rat's nest of stuff that has been added, and then like we're stuck here with like a pretty shitty game. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I just want them to go back to the basics, get that, keep it simple, stupid, KISS, KISS. Just keep it like that. Get your bread and butter, just like WoW used to be. And then, when everybody's comfortable there, you can add a simple system here or there. For instance, there's always simple systems within everything up to before WoD. Like, you could do the treasure room in Mrs. Pandaria. There was, like, certain... okay, so even in BC, there was the Aldor Scryers, which is a reputation, but I mean, it's kind of a simpler system than what we would normally get now. But I feel like we're recycling the same systems over and over again, but reflavoring them and just adding a different currency or some other bar that you got to fill to get to this. And I don't know, it's getting really stale. I hope they don't do it again. But really, I just want to go to the Dragon Isles, return back to Azeroth. Let's see what we can do in Azeroth. Get people back into the story. Update the zones. I like that. I think if they like the WoW art team is great. But it's not going to be great for too much longer if they keep on doing like this, because they're going to lose a lot of people. But yeah, things like this talent tree by training Azeroth, I don't like that. I don't think it needs to be in the game. But you know what? I think that's where we're going to end it off in this video. Put in the comments what you think about my ideas and what you think about this leak. Do you think it's real? Do you think it's fake? I think it's fake, but let me hear what you guys have to say in the comments. But other than that, that's the end of this video. If you guys liked it, hit me with a like. If you really liked it, hit me with subscribe. You could even consider hopping on my Patreon or my Twitch and come join us on some streams. I don't usually play WoW these days, but if the next expansion is like really good, I'll definitely be hopping into it. I'll probably buy it anyways, depending on how hyped I get from the trailer. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys later. Peace.